I'm an educator on top of Sensi. I'm a fur mom of 3, soon to be obviously human mama. So if anybody needs a follow-up system and just needs to find a little time, if I can do it, you all can do it too. So I know we asked a little while ago of who has a follow-up system, but I was in the corner, I can't really see. So can I see again if you have a follow-up system or somewhat of a follow-up system that you like to use? Okay, cool. So I see some hands. It's okay if you don't. I didn't for the longest time. I'll be a consultant for 10 years in August. And so my first few years, I had no idea what it was. Like, cool, I'll reach out to people, I'll try, but I didn't have any either. I tried many different plans. I did paper pencil like we talked about, sticky notes. I put little labels on order forms that would remind me to do things. I don't know if anybody remembers Amy from back in the day. We had that program, now we have Sensi Connect, which is just as awesome. So lots of different things I've tried, and I finally found something that sticks and that works for me. So my process, this is how I do things. Sensi Connect is a big way to help. I do use Project Broadcast, I'm one of those people. But anything I'm talking about, you definitely can do with Sensi Connect as well, not just using Project Broadcast, because it is a paid program. So don't use family money to pay for that. Orville always says that. You don't use it. So if you don't have the funds for it, use that Sensi Connect and go for it that way. So first thing I do is when I get that you've got a PWS order email, I immediately send an email right to that person saying, thanks for your order. I make a cute little graphic with myself so they see my face, especially if they're a new person, and I shoot that off to them. So my first means of communication with them is within 24 to 48 hours of them placing that order, depending on what time they place their order. Once I get that email saying it has shipped, I then go into Project Broadcast for myself because I like the fact that I can schedule my messages. So I'll go in, I'll schedule a message for like a week out saying, hey, I saw your order ship, just checking to see if it arrived, did everything get there okay, and let me know if you have any questions about anything that you ordered, just to make sure everything made it there, because we know sometimes things happen and they don't get there. So then at the end of the month, I sit down and I pull all of my people who have ordered. So for example, it's February, so I sat down at the end of January, pulled everybody that ordered in January, and I have a monthly planner. And I take 3 different colors, whether it's a PWS order, a Sensi Club, or if it was one of my bulk orders that I put in, so I know where the order came from. And I go day by day and I write those people down in that calendar, in that planner page for that month. So then the following month, when I do the same thing, if I see somebody place an order in January, I just go back and highlight their name because I know they have placed that order a month prior. Or I go back 2 months or 3 months and I highlight their name. So that way I know when I'm following up a little bit later, I know whether they placed an order, and I don't want to over follow up with them because they've already placed that order. So once I do that, I normally follow up. 3 months, I go in and just check in. Not necessarily going for the sale, most of the time I get a sale, but I don't always go for the sale. Just, hey, just checking in to see how you're doing, see if you need anything, let me know if you have any questions. I'm always here. So that goes back to those calendar pages where I'm able to just look at who isn't highlighted, and that's who I know I need to go back and check in with because they have not placed an order in 3 months. You can also run these reports on your workstation too, if you, like I said, are more of a paper pencil person. Under reporting, you click my customers and then reorder, and it will give you a little time frame slot, so you can go in and put that you want to see someone who hasn't ordered in the last 3 months, and it'll pull up all those people for you on there too. So your workstation tracks this as long as you want it to go. You can go out to a year, however you want it, versus if you don't want to do it on paper and pencil. So normally 3 months, like I said, I check in. 6 months is when I'm like, okay, you really haven't placed an order in 6 months, and that's when I kind of go in for that sale. You know, saying, hey, just checking how you're doing once again. I'm about to refill my Sensi stash. Do you need any wax bars? Or do you need any, you know, fill in the blank, whatever you know that they use the most of. Letting them know, like, I'm about to get a refill, so do you need a refill too? A lot of times people don't even realize they've used all their wax or used all their pods, and you just have to go and be like, hey, do you need anything? And they're like, oh, I do need something. So they normally will place the order by then. But also keep in mind that 80% of sales are made after 5 to 12 contacts. So when they were saying earlier the 113, and I stretched mine out a little bit farther too, you're gonna need to keep going before you get that repeat sale sometimes. Some people are they're gonna order every month. Most people won't. With Scentsy Connect though, you can also go in and check if you haven't tried that app out. You can go in, see who's placed a new order, if their order is delivered, if they need to reorder products. They also have promotions and new product marketing too. So if you're using that app, that already pulls up all these things for you. And same way, not just checking in and following up on an order, but you can also reach out when the Bring Back My Bar report comes out, like, hey, a scent you've ordered in the past is back. Also a hint to tell them about Scentsy Club, because it's back. Any promotions based on something they've ordered before, so like the Minnie Mouse clip that's coming, anyone who has ordered anything Disney, right there, those are people you can follow up with this weekend and be like, hey, this is coming Monday, just wanted to let you know. Same with new releases. You can send out a quick, hey, this is what's coming on Monday to everybody. So, how do you find the time, right? It's one of the most common things I hear from my team is how do you find the time, how do you find the time? Biggest thing I tell people is either schedule a day during the week, or pick a day during the month, or set aside 15, 20 minutes every day and block that off in your calendar, and that's what you use to follow up. You can do follow-up Fridays, so you know every Friday you're following up with people. Or, like I said, set that timer in your phone for 15, 20 minutes, hustle through what you can, and then go on about your day. The reason I like Project Broadcast is because I'm more of a late night worker, so a lot of my follow-up I do late at night, and I don't want that message going to them, obviously at 9, 10 o'clock at night, or now having a baby girl, if I'm up in the middle of the night. I don't want it going out at 3 a.m. So for me, I like the flexibility of being able to schedule my messages to them. So that's the reason I use Project Broadcast. Oh, I lost my spot on my paper, I'm sorry. Another thing too is some people don't want text messages. And I know we talked about the two, how other ways can you reach out to people. We send in person. I've used Facebook and Instagram Messenger. I've used email. So keeping track of those ways that people want you to follow up is going to be the best way to do it too. I use the notes section under the contact on Workstation, and I'll put a little note in there. They prefer email, or they prefer Facebook Messenger. And your repeat customers, you really start to learn more and more and more how they want you to contact them too. So those customers, if it's email, that's one thing, but if it's Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger, I have to plan ahead to think, okay, I gotta set a time during the day tomorrow to check in with those people, because I don't wanna be messaging them late at night. So making sure that you have that also builds that relationship with them, because they see that you're willing to work with them, not just going for a sale. So by having a consistent follow-up routine, you will notice your PRV increasing. The minute I locked in onto a follow-up system for myself, I have earned annual sales the last 4 years. I'm currently working for number 5. So once you lock into that system, you will start seeing that increase in PRV and see people wanting to tell other people to come to you to shop with you. It's not gonna happen overnight. Like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years and I finally earned annual sales 4 years ago. I tried my best, and I finally locked it in. So it's not gonna happen overnight. Keep working to find a system that works for you, your routine, your schedule, and you will start to see that steady increase. Not only are you following up with people, but you're building that relationship. And especially now, when we're upping the sales bonus, monthly sales bonus from $2,500. You're also working towards $2,500 a month is working towards annual sales. So if you put that in your mind that that's what you want to hit, my goal has always been minimum 2,000, but I always push for more because I want that annual sales. So now my brain has to shift to, okay, well, I got to do a little more follow-up because I got to hit that 2,500 versus just 2. But you're also going to get that monthly sales bonus as well. So that is a big part of it. So leaving today, if you have Scentsy Connect, I challenge you to, while we're at lunch, after we're here today, I challenge you to jump on there and reach out to 5 people. If you have that app, reach out to 5 people. Whether it's checking in if their order got shipped, if they got it, if they haven't ordered in a hot minute, or letting them know, like I said, about Minnie coming on Monday. Try to reach out to 5 people. And then my other challenge for you this week is if you don't have a follow-up system, go home and try to find something that works for you. There are also a ton of consultants on YouTube that share their follow-up system too, and that's how I kind of figured myself out in the beginning, was watching videos of everybody. So either figure out your system, or if you already have it, what ways can you tweak it to make it simple? I always say follow the KISS method. Keep it Scentsy simple, right? Simplicity is one of our core values, so follow that when you're thinking of how can I follow up and make it simple and easy for myself. All right, so I hope all of you after today, you see an increase in your PRV, because you're gonna go home and you're going to follow up with everybody. Everybody. Even if they bought 6 years ago, I want you to follow up with everybody.
Yeah.